That's, of course, Kalvin Phillips, who was sent off in West Ham's 2-0 defeat against Nottingham Forest. Of course, made that big error as well in the defeat against United. That's what he had to say. I wanted this to be a fresh start, to really get my head down and go for it. It's not gone as I would have hoped. Everyone can see that, but I know football. I'm experienced enough to know that if I get my head down and grit my teeth and do the basics right, that things will turn. It's easy to say, but now I've got to do it.
I was learning, watching it from the side, seeing how Chelsea was playing, for example, and seeing what they needed and what I could bring to the team. But after a while, when you are ready to go, you can only train as much. Because training, eventually you have to do the test. The test only happens in the games. And I felt like he was out for so long and waiting for so long. Regarding if your coach, gave him, pats on the back and say like Guardiola and saying like, oh, he's a great player, I like him. If you like me so much, you make me play. And I felt like sometimes, I don't know if he did, you got to have the conversation with your coach and asking him, coach, you tell me you give me so many great compliments, but I want to play. So let me play. Now he goes to West Ham to open the door, and also because you have to remember, this is a player that in the back of his mind has the Euro. So the only way for him to get into that national team is to make sure he plays the number of games and gets him back up to speed, like why he got from Leeds to Manchester City. And if he doesn't get to that level, then he's going to start talking about things like this. Would he say that when he was playing every game? He would never even talked about it.
He was a guy who was quite sought after a couple of years ago.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think anyone said, oh, I don't know what City are doing.
And rightly so. And he was a good player. I'm not suggesting he's the next coming of Rodri or anybody like that, but he was a good player.
Yeah.
It's a classic case of going to the wrong club at the wrong time, right? Sometimes it's a difficult scenario because you're being chased by the best team in Europe, as they have been, and certainly the best in England. But you have to look at the bigger picture and think, what's it going to do to me? Am I going to play? And is it about the money? Or all these sort of things. And clearly it's been a disaster for him. And I think what you're seeing here is a very frustrated player. An extremely frustrated player who's not fit enough, who's not sharp enough, he's had not enough game time, and he's frustrated within his own performances. And sometimes when that happens, it just triggers you because you're not being able to do the things he was doing at Leeds and he's done for England on occasions. But he can remedy that. He can absolutely remedy that with attitude and getting his head down. I heard something at the weekend. This game has gone. We had a referee, Mike Dean, former referee, on Sky Sports at the weekend. Now, the punditry must have gone in the UK when you get this muppet and a referee in to not talk about refereeing. And he said about Kalvin Phillips, he should pack the game in. A referee telling an England international he should pack the game in. That's the level we're stooping to. Yeah. This guy has ability. He needs to figure it out. He needs to sort himself out. At the moment, would I take him to the Euros if it was Gareth Southgate? No, I would not. But he's got a few months to sort it out. But it's a classic case, Jan, when you're moving to a big club and you're seeing the pound signs and the trophies and all that, you've got to look at it and say, what's this going to do for my career? Am I going to play? And Kalvin Phillips made a bad move.
Well, first of all, I'm a son of a referee. I've said it before, and I guess I agree with you. He's a muppet.
So am I, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that. No, but it's just one thing I want to add. Sometimes we forget that these football stars, they have also something called self-confidence and not self-confidence. Kalvin Phillips, being at Manchester City, being at the bench, never get a chance to play game after game after game. It's not only the hunger you can lose, you can also lose your self-confidence. Yeah. Because whatever happened, and Mario was talking about it, I like you. I don't care if you like me, hate me, I want to play. Yeah. And then you lose the confidence, and you can see that. When they gave him games, that's the games that they knew they would win when Pep would play his cousin. Yeah. And then you lose your confidence. And you can hide lack of confidence when you play for Manchester City because you have so many good players around you. When you come to West Ham, hello, this is the unplugged reality. Here you have to stand up, and he doesn't have the confidence. I hope he gets this because he's a great lad, great attitude, but at the moment, I feel for him because his place in the Euro squad is now in big danger.
But he goes from...
we've done enough with Kalvin Phillips, Mario, that's enough. Let's go to Goodison Park.